Sorry, my brother was being a baby and distracting me. But I'm here, and I thought I should do this as my podcast. So instead of actually doing a podcast on my computer, I'm just gonna do it on the game itself. I should probably put podcast in the description, but whatever. Anyway, so I am trait rank 62, so my character is level 62. I've been using the submachine gun for like ever for my secondary, and I just started using the assault rifle, but it leveled up a lot. And then petrified maul is just an amazing hammer. The armor I'm wearing is the second heaviest, as of my knowledge right now. So I don't know if there's more. Well, we're just gonna go into Ward 13 here. Patch required to use night reserve. What? Oh, maybe there's an update. Are we live streaming? Whatever, we'll just go offline for now. I don't know what's happening there. That's like the dumbest shit ever. PlayStation's like a weird ass thing. It could be because I didn't go into the server first before starting a stream. That could also be it, which is really frustrating how that works. I don't know how that is at all normal, but whatever. We'll just go in offline mode and I'll just kind of walk around. But pretty much I wanted to make this short kind of live streaming podcasting type of video because I want to talk about how different materials and abilities can really help you make a build. Now, as of now, there's been, I think, one other build on, and it's like, I don't know, it's, I've seen this thing about the Beam Me Up build. It looks okay, it's not anywhere near, like, the best. But it all is on your preference of playing too, right? So, I like this because I'm going for a heavier build. So I'm gonna talk about my traits first, but before I do that, there's I just want to explain how builds work. Now builds, I did talk about this in a podcast before the game came out, but I've been meeting them more. I call my build the Jugger Booby build. So yeah, more or less, I need to take a lot of stuff as well as I can take a lot of hits even without the stuff, so it's it's a mix, you know, as of so far. So I usually probably will switch for my primary between either shotgun or an assault rifle, so an automatic or a very close quarters weapon. Rifles, not so much, it's more my brother's kind of thing. Submachine gun is probably going to usually be my secondary, or a revolver that does a huge amount of damage. And then I'm always going to be using hammers. We did find the Wasteland Flail, but it's not really my thing. Now for armor, I showed how to get the Void Skull armor as well as the Akari mask. This stuff, pretty poo. If you want to actually get the trait called Bark Skin, which you'll need it for this build, because it upgrades your armor to be more efficient. Now if we go to trait info, it says the root are strong. You can't defeat them if you don't know them, if you don't get into their skin. So pretty much it has you be kind of like this Rudy type of guy itself. So it increases armor effectiveness. So pretty much that's also what you're wanting to do. From the start of the game, though, this is totally random. If you find this insane guy, I did do it in one of my episodes. It actually showed finding him, and then it's not good to wear at all. I mean, it does slowly regenerate health over time, but there's not a full armor set for it, I don't believe. I don't think there's like twisted, you know, overcoat or something, or body plate, you know. I don't think there is anything like that. If I know in the future, I'll definitely tell you guys if you want like a wood build. But literally it's pretty poopy mask. It doesn't really do a lot, It has a lot of debuffs in a lot of areas, and it's just really not good for a Jugger Booby build, as a heavy build that I'm trying to go for. Now, the Void Skull armor so far is probably the heaviest armor in weight that I've come across. Now, if you start out with the Scrapper archetype, it is quite heavy already, but by far not as heavy as this, as what I'm wearing now. Now, if I go to, there's no skin. The only skins that you can get are the exclusive skins. At the start, if you pre-ordered, so that doesn't really matter. That's another thing. But to pretty much play a heavy, you're gonna always need to use a hammer. You're gonna use a assault rifle or a shotgun, or if there is a weapon that's typed like a minigun kind of thing. I still haven't found something like that. There's tons of different things in this game, and that's something automatic for your secondary, or like a heavy pistol that maybe takes one bullet. You shoot, it doesn't matter, huge amount of damage, things like that. Now for mods wise, right now I got a hot shot on this, increases damage, burning rate, does a huge amount of Hunter's Mark as well, increases damage and stuff. Now both of these you can buy. They're starting for the Scrapper. It's your starting mod for your archetype, and for the Hunter, by the Hunter's Mark, it's your starting archetype. I just bought this after, that's all. Now this is a boss weapon, so I won't look at that. But if I was to have other mods, I do have one. Like I've been using Veil the Black Tear. You get by a boss, defeating boss. Same with this one, Sea Color and Rattleweed as well. Now they're okay. There are, if we go, how much? I got 1,000 something right now. So if I go over, here to this guy.
Oh, Trav.
This is where you can upgrade your armor and such. You can also get missions from them. I can't actually update this right now because I need, or upgrade this right now because I need galvanized iron. And then there's other things.
So
now I can actually get another one of those hearts though from Old Granny, and you'll need a lot of hearts for this, as well as a large health pool, as well as a decent amount of stamina. So if I go to traits, endurance is like the main thing that upgrades your stamina, and vigor is your health. Now I've been upgrading vigor, endurance, and warrior a lot because meal damage bonuses. Haven't done teamwork, that's just by playing range damage, don't really care too much unless you're using the assault rifle, so I might start upgrading that more. Experience is not part of really the build, no. Stamina cost definitely is a world walker, haven't upgraded too much though. Consumable use is definitely part of the build, and then bark skin is a huge one of those huge parts of the build, and then wounded health was this will to live, that's okay. And I just tooted. Yeah, I don't know. There's different things you can do for your traits. I'm 62 right now. I believe you start off trait 20 or something. I don't know how that works, but I'm just gonna say level 62. And then there's your consumables. Adrenaline is a huge part to it. I actually haven't been using it a lot. I should use this more. It's a huge part of the build. Your guys you wanna pretty much make your guy a berserker. Someone that just like doesn't take damage, and adrenaline really helps with that. Increases movement speed by 10% and meal attack speed by 15 and lasts 30 seconds. So you that really helps like a lot, especially with a heavier weapon like this. And then right now we just found this, the Butcher's Fetish. Increases meal damage by 25%, 10 seconds later achieving a meal critical attack. Or for 10 seconds, and then says the Iskall does not always encourage destruction, but it does glory. In it. So, and then this one's okay, healing effectiveness, not so much my thing. It's more for a support role. Taking damage reward 300% mod power, not really. You don't really need that. Increases fire rate, that's okay. And then Dragonheart wool, that's okay too. So pretty much this is a huge part of the build. And then increases max health, that's good. Either this or support rings. Like I got gravity stone. Oh, I read that wrong. I said galvanize. It's gravity stone. What the heck? Increased damage by 25% when there are at least 3 enemies within 8 meters of the wearer. So, bury do not fear enemy. Many foes prove bury strength or bury weakness. Both important to know. So, this is very good for me in general. Bandit strength is also another one I would recommend. Eliza band, yeah, we already got that on. Increases meal damage. So, right now I'm going with this, and then for this, since you can have, you know, both 2 bands on, or 2 rings, or just a ring and a band, and then you can only have one of these on. Now, so we went over traits, we went over these things. Now, so far, for example, I have unlocked.
What now?
We've done another boss called the
That'd be worth
Unclean
my
One. Oh, and
time.
he gives the Devastator. It's a new weapon. So, yeah, this is and then Breath of the Desert was from that baby dude. Forget what his name is. Fires a large spike that deals 120 damage, 300% and just. So this is okay. It's more of a ranged weapon, but I feel like this would be also be a good weapon. Now I'm not gonna upgrade that because I actually need to upgrade the amount of hearts I have. So if I go over to Old Lady Jenkins, these people just sell items. So if you need to get or Illuminate crystals now. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Take care then.
What do I need for that again? Galvanized iron?
The
Yeah, I think
portent returns.
Have you got anything over me? So pretty much I have more questions, so you could ask your questions.
Very well. This may.
So pretty much you go to her and you can upgrade. I actually don't have enough Luminite crystals. That sucks. Because if you find these things called, they're really rare. My brother found a second one actually recently. In the last episode we did, episode 6. Simulacrum. How do you Simulacrum? Luminite crystal.
To fare at all is well, child.
I don't know how to say it. Simulacrum? Simulacrum. I don't know. That's a weird item. Anyways, it's a really rare item. Actually, I have one. I would not recommend selling them. Same with the Luminite crystals, save those up. Or boss jobs, never sell those. Just sell iron or forged iron if you get sick of it. Like, I have 284 iron. You know, it's so common. Forged iron more rare. You get that more in like higher areas, boss fights and stuff. And then there's other irons out there. As of now, I can't upgrade it. So what I'm gonna do is just buy these. Oh well, actually, how much do I have now? I could just buy Luminite crystals from her and then upgrade. Yeah, I have 8, so I just need to buy 2 from her, I guess. So
take care then.
And you need 1,000, which we still have 1,000. So now, if I go over to her, I definitely should be able to upgrade. So then I can upgrade, and then I'll be like, yeah. So another Dragon Shard.
Carefully, child.
Carefully, child. They always call you child. Anyways, so now I'm at 396, and I used all my Luminite crystals, the rare Luminite crystal, and quite a bit of my cash or scrap, whatever you want to call it. But now, if you look at the bottom right corner, and just across from my rifle where I'm switching my weapon there, you actually can see I have 5 Dragon Hearts now. If you didn't know that, during the story you'll meet her at a church. That's just a linear objective. Everybody gets to see her, and then you'll get her as a merchant if you help her and beat the mission stuff. That kind of like mini boss mission type thing. Not really a boss battle, but you know. And then I noticed this, so there must be another merchant at some point that you get here. Maybe they're gonna add more in. Like there's also this. Maybe there's a merchant that like will live in there or something. I have no clue what's gonna happen later on. Seems like they could add a lot here, so I like how they left this open. Anyway, so this upgrade really helps the build farther, because the more healing I have, the better as well. My brother's more of a long range class, not so much support, so a third player would be nice to have that support. What else is there? And then if you're playing a support class, if you want recommendations and a showing, that's what so now support, since everybody has to be in the circle, I probably either recommend a shotgun of some type, or like a submachine gun, not for secondary but primary, which I
Anything
think
you
you
need?
come across one at some point
Certainly.
if you do get it lucky. There's also other weapons out there. I don't know what exactly to recommend, but for a melee weapon, honestly I think it could be anything. Something that does, if there's a special boss weapon that does that, but pretty much the support archetype starts out with the coach gun, which is pretty decent, and then the cultist armor right here. So as of now, I'm actually going to upgrade my armor as well, because like I haven't even upgraded my void skull armor yet. Or I could do my submachine gun. Submachine gun or void skull armor? Unless I just like, I should probably get my helmet up to 50. I noticed like my boot. Oh, let's see. I don't know. My chest plate gets hit a lot. So if I do this, then can I upgrade that? I believe so. Yeah. So then pretty much that bows out, and this balances out more instead of just doing my chest. So I'd recommend definitely, unless you don't have enough consumables, upgrade your armor
Be
just
safe
like I
out
did.
there.
Yeah, so cultist wise, I don't know if I really have a ring for the, probably a ring evasion. That's a good one. Reduce income range damage by 15%, because obviously support would be weaker due to the fact that like
What?
they have to run around more.
Alright then.
Realistically, Breath of the Desert is it's good support mod. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Same with Mender's Ore, that you start out with the cultist class, really good for support. I haven't bought that either.
Yeah, good. Now go.
'Cause I like to do heavy damage, and so until I get a better mod that does damage, I'm probably just gonna stick with these two. I tried using the shield on my submachine gun for a while, but for support class, I would recommend the shield and Mender's Aura, so you could double team it and create like this healing shield. Now at the same time though, there's
Keep
like
moving.
huge disadvantages there, because the shield in boss battles isn't too effective. Now in the natural environment is super effective, is really nice, but at the same time it only lasts for like 45 seconds, I believe. Let me just check here. If I go to my shotgun, go to shield. Creates a 5-meter energy field that absorbs up to 250 incoming range damage. A hero standing inside the energy field can shoot outwards. Now, yeah, I don't think it says, but I believe, I swear it lasts for like not even a full minute, so which is pretty bad for anything. Hopefully they add that to be longer, because the amount of damage it can take is 0 to none pretty much. Especially during boss battles. It's pretty much like like the Titan shield in Destiny is just overall better. And I feel like you should be able to upgrade mods. I don't know
See what we got.
if you can, or if I'm just being special or something.
Keep your head up.
I don't really know about that. As I play farther, I'm gonna figure that out probably. Unless mods are just mods. I know you like. I don't know how it's gonna go. There was a update recently. I think. Excuse me. There might be another one. That's why I couldn't just go in a friend's private server. But yeah, definitely. The thing with that has all to do with. It's your choice, really. There's just, you know, the basic heavy, kind of middle, and then support. So healing class, you know, all that. I call mine the Jugger Booby build. You know, someone put out there the beam build. I'm just gonna call mine the Jugger Booby. And it's definitely not finished yet, because this is not the final armor I want to use. I'm probably gonna switch between this armor, and then even when I roll, it's like a slower roll. But the belly flop or the dolphin dive is where I want to get to. So even slower, but that armor I haven't found yet. I have no clue what the armor is found. I even tried to look up, you know, online on their website. I can't find how to get it. Until I get it, I will upload how to get it. or in general just be in the episode I do, and I'll just put a thumb, or I'll put like the armor class that I'm looking for. If you guys do want to go for a heavy jugger booby build like I'm doing, and you're interested in what I'm about, or if you want to go with my brother's build, you can I can get him to join one of these conversations, and he'll talk about what he's going for. But he doesn't really know yet. He just says he kind of wants to be an assault, but I think, you know, even now he's still changing what he does. But he has been using a lot of the rifles lately. Like even in the last episode, he's used this alien, the particle accelerator, this one that you get from that one of the final bosses. He drops this item. It's that floating guy. You'll see it on my channel. It's pretty popular right now. That live stream I did, how we beat him, is there as well as how to build how to beat the unclean one. That was literally episode 6. You can go check that out. And then we call them Boss Baby, which is the B guy, which gives you the kind of like the support radiation things over there. But I'm gonna end this on a good note and not talk to the child over there and end it on a sad note like I did the one time. And more or less, it's all to your decision on how you want to build this class. It all has to do with what your preferences are on playing games. It's totally up to you how you want to build them. And totally up to you how you want to find things. We literally, the Void Skull armor took a while to even get. I was using just like my archetype armor for quite a while, and pretty much a lot of the episodes. And then, for example, the tree guy, I found out a few more things. I might as well talk about it quickly. But pretty much the tree guy that we killed, that I got the, what is it called again? Purified Maul. Which has a boss mod on it, Heavy Impact, which has a 35% chance to inflict additional 100% stagger damage within each hit, or if you charge attack it, it has that 100% chance to do that inflicting bonus stagger damage. So if I go like this, it makes a roar, and that's that 35% stagger damage and such. Even like this. And one of your best attacks in this game would be the heavy damage. Now, obviously, since I'm using a hammer, it is slower, so I could just go like this. But then it has only that 35% chance to get that 100% stagger amount. Now, if I go to, for example, the other one that my brother's using right now that has upgraded, it's like kind of like. And then if you do, it has a different movement. It's a lot faster. That's the heavy attack. That's the full 3. Then there's fast. And there's the dodge. And this heavy. So that's, I think it's okay. It's definitely not my preference of how I would go with things. I'm more of a heavy duty dude, and I noticed this thing really is good for crowd control, especially if you're up close. And then if I pop an adrenaline, I even do more damage. Have the, you know, it helps with the resistance and stuff. Wait, does it? Wait a second. No, it helps with increased movement speed and does a faster meal damage. So more damage put out because I'm moving faster, especially like this. But yeah, you'll see in episode 7 when both my brother do more exploring about what's going to happen with that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Maybe you guys were expecting more of like an in-depth like showing of a full build already done, like some people have, an edited video. I don't know. My channel's all about live streaming and such. Sometimes I'll do an edited video, but most times I'll edit very, like, you know, kind of like basic edits. The meme edits take a long time, and it's not like I'm getting paid yet from YouTube. But that's a good reminder, actually. If you guys want to go support my Patreon, you can. I put in the description, but it still says in beta just because I haven't actually connected my PayPal account to it to collect any money donated and bought memberships at the end of the month. So if you guys notice there is any issues with that, or any issues in general with trying to donate money, like, oh, can't do complete transfers, you can't donate money or something like that, just tell me and be like, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't have this setting activated or something like that. I believe you can donate, and it just goes into the PayPal account, storage kind of area. I forget what it's called, but you guys don't need to know that. But yeah, so it's totally safe. If you feel like supporting me further, you can. No pressure, totally up to you. And if you just want to support me, basically, that's good too, man. Like, and the best way to do that is just subscribing. So, yeah. So if you like this podcast type of build, instead of me just showing other people's content, I'm showing my own. And if you want to go with the Jugger Booby build or support build or whatever build you want to do, this was just some advice. I'm not trying to program you. Like, there's a lot of videos out there. Like, there was that one guy doing the beam build, whatever. That seemed like, you know, it's like pretty one-sided. He didn't even give any other advice about other builds that you could do. Obviously, I think I have like 7 hours in this game so far, including this right now. So then it's like I've learned quite a bit. You know, this stuff is just amazing. The Void Skull armor. I still haven't found that final armor. So I'm going to end this here. Episode 7 is going to start later. This was just a shorter kind of live stream podcast just to do in Word 13. If you guys want more of these, I don't know, subscribe, leave a like, see more things. I got episode 6 and 5 up. 5 I did last night for like till like 1. And then episode 6 we did this morning. Which we got really frustrated on episode 6, especially with that Undying guy. We both love the game. My brother just says he hates it because that's just him expressing his emotions. Obviously I said that too. But this game is amazing. It's like literally the Fallout that we've been always wanting. But yeah. So I'll see you guys later.